Hello everyone, my name's Jordan Gordon and it's time to do a movie review. Now, since I love doing movie reviews so much, I thought maybe I could just review a double feature with a little bit of similarities. Shall we? Alright, let's see. Has any of you heard of The Jungle Book? Yeah, there are two versions of it. The remake and the original. Let's talk about some interesting facts about it, shall we? Now, let's start with the original classic because sometimes you start with the old and then start with the new. Alright, in 1967, it was released, well, The Jungle Book. And it's not longer not only the the golden age of Walt Disney animation, but it was also a dedication to Walt Disney because he died with lung cancer. Nobody's perfect, but that's what happens when you smoke a lot. And there are some interesting facts about the celebrities, though. And of course, we could have done it with our finest men. And they call it, uh, hold on, the Sherman Brothers. Yes, the Sherman Brothers. It's been well known for many reasons, like Mary Poppins and Winnie the Pooh, or something else. I mean, the Sherman Brothers has been well known for many reasons. But in the 1960s, they created many great songs, like The Bare Necessities, I Wanna Be Like You, or Trust in Me. But ever since The Lion King is the best film of all time, there's a little bit of thought you might have to ask. What happened to the Jungle Book? Well, that's where the new version came in. Before it has a little flops on the live action versions, some of them are look doesn't look like the one in 1967. But instead it just had a little bit of Tarzan and a little bit of, yeah, it doesn't feel right in the story. You know what I'm saying? But in 2016, in our today's year, guess what? This time it made the story very real. I mean, it just had a little bit of CGI characters, and of course, we have our live action Mowgli. That's how come I like about some of the movies. Sometimes you just gotta find, some reality and a little bit of, well, CGI. Alright, now time to learn some facts about it. The one who did voice in the of Blue in 1967 would be Phil Harris, the same voice who did Thomas O'Malley, from the Aristocats, and Little John from Robin Hood. But on 2016, Baloo was being voiced by Bill Murray. Yeah, the guy who did the one in Ghostbusters. No, no, not the new one. I mean, like, way back in the old days, like the 1980s one. Yeah, you get the picture. Ghostbusters! Sorry, I just have to admit. Sometimes it stuck in my head when I sing that tune. Okay, back to the serious one. Now, for Khan, he was voiced by Sterling Holloway in 1967, but in today's year, it was voiced by, Scarlett Johansson. Now, how I put this? I don't mind about girls playing snake parts, but, eh, sometimes you gotta let your imagination flow a little bit. And as for the music, well, the 1967 has a golden moment to it. But on the new version, it had some little bit of musical numbers, but I still don't think there's some little bit similarities about it. It just feels so new that it just could use a little bit of references a little bit. And as for this one little reason, when you see a book, like the one in 1967 opening, it just actually showed in the ending and the credits. Now, the one thing to say myself is, once you have opened the book to the Jungle Book, that's where the adventure begins. But in 2016, 1916, though, it was, well, been showed in the ending. But in 1967, it just showed in the opening. Yeah, that's all I have to say. And the voice who did King Louis in 1967 would be, Louis Prima. Yeah, the jazz man, with a trumpet. Yeah, that's what makes him cool and all. But in 1960, in 19, oh, sorry, yeah, 2016, well, it was being voiced by Christopher Walken. I don't mind about it, but I prefer the Louis Prima because it sounds jazzy a little bit. So, I've been thinking on a scale of 1 to 10 to these double features, I'm gonna give this 1967 an 8 out of 10. But on the newer version, I'm gonna say a 9 out of 10. Well, sometimes you can't beat them all, but sometimes you gotta give them extra credit. And if I'm gonna choose the original or the remake, I would choose mostly the original because sometimes I'm more of an old timer. Yeah. If you like this movie review, subscribe me, and I hope you enjoy The Jungle Book. That movie is the bomb, I can tell you that. And you should try the 1967 because it's very fascinating, I must have to say.
Dun 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 dun.